I used to think that getting this look, this rich, vibrant, truly cinematic color, was impossible unless you spend years of your life buried in DaVinci Resolve. You know the kind of look I'm talking about, that Hollywood movie type of look. Then a single plugin claimed it could give you that same foundation, that same color science with just one click. I was skeptical to say the least, so I put it to the test, and what I found out was shocking. Stick with me, because you're about to see how I went from this flat, boring footage to this in just a few seconds. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about CineDream, which is a new plugin from Color Central. Full disclosure, I bought this myself, bought it with my own money. I'm not sponsored, this is just my own opinion. And I just wanted to share with you how easy it is to get a cinematic look with this new plugin. Now, what I have here is I have 4 or 5 different shots that were shot on different camera systems, just to give you an idea. As you can see right here, I have some drone shots. This was shot on the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I also have these shots right here with this was shot on Red. This right here was shot on the Sony FX3. So to show you how quick this is, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply CineDream to this drone shot right here. And then I'm gonna come over here to the, I'm gonna open the controls, which is gonna bring up CineDream. And first thing you see when you come in here is we have our panel right here where we can basically tell the CineDream what this was shot on. Again, this was shot on the DJI Mini 4 Pro. So I'm gonna go right here on the color profile, and I'm looking for the DJI Log M. And right away you can see this is just one click. And look at the difference. Let me pull up the before and after. Again, this is just one click. And they actually give you 4 different film looks. You know, let me take this off. So you can kind of pick one. You know, I'm actually digging this number 2 right here. And again, this is a simple log transfer. All it did was it took the log footage, it converted it to Rec 709, and then it applied a film look, all in one click. And now I'm going to show you what is my favorite part of the software, which is the click and grade, which is literally, if I go right here to the any of this primary, let's say right here I go to exposure, and literally all I have to do is click and drag either up or down. Let's say I click on the sky. I can either, look at this, I'm just clicking down on the exposure. I like this right here. I'm also gonna give let's see, let me get a little saturation. I want to get a little more saturation on the sky. All I do literally is click on the sky, get a little more saturation. I can also, you know, if I want to give a little more blue to the sky, I can literally click on it and just literally right on the screen, I can click and I can see what I'm doing right on the screen, which is insane. I mean, the amount of ease. Look at what I did in a matter of 30 seconds. I went from this to this just like that. You can't tell me. I'm all about saving time, and this thing is insane. I can also go over here to the final grading if I want to apply any LUTs. The way this thing handles LUTs, and right here I'm going to make this a little bigger. You know, let's say I like this thriller look right here. I can go ahead and accept. That's a little bit too strong for my taste. Usually when you apply a LUT, you can control the mix, like how much of the LUT that you want from 100 to 0, which you can still do right here. But the great thing here is I can control both the color and the contrast. So if I don't like, let's say I don't like this is too much contrast, I can dial the contrast down and still keep the color at 100%. Same thing, if I like 100% of the contrast, but I don't want all this color, I can take it down, to whatever preference I have. And then again, I still got the mix. I still got that slider. So you have complete control. And here you can see what it looks like before and after. Again, just a little bit of punch there. Then, this is what it gets even more interesting. You have film density, which is basically giving it that film, more of that film look. And again, you can control how much do you apply. Let me go to the blue. Actually, let me go to this aqua, and I can kind of just work on that. Look at this. Tell me this isn't insane. I'm gonna do the same for the greens. I mean, look at what I got here in literally 1 minute. I could have done this in 1 minute. So again, incredible amount of control. There's so much that you can do. Again, I'm gonna come back here to the basic, and let's say I like this look and I want to save this as a preset. Literally, all I do right here is just add to presets. And then I can come right here and give it a name. Whatever, drone. So now this is saved here. So any other similar shot, if let's say I took similar shots from that day, I can literally just apply, bring it in, apply that, and I'm done. So I'm gonna apply, I'm gonna close. Look at this. I mean, this is amazing. Let me let it marinate. Let me play that at full screen. I mean, that looks incredible, and that took no time. That's the crazy part. Let's go over to this this shot right here, which was shot on red. Again, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna open the control. Okay, so I got this shot right here, and like I said, this was shot on red. So I'm gonna look for yes, red log film. And again, I'm gonna look which one of these three film emulations do I like better. I'm digging number 3 right here. And what I like to do, when I have a face like this is, I'm gonna go ahead and apply auto white balance. And again, I'm almost there. I can control the tone density, which is basically a film look. And then it's got some great built-in tools. Right here, you see I have false colors, and I can see that her face is not proper. It's not in the proper space. Ideally, you want to be in this area here, the green, pink, and gray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally gonna click. I'm gonna grab the exposure. I'm gonna literally click on her face, and I'm gonna go up. Look at that. Boom. Look at that already. How much better that's looking. I'm also gonna go. Where's my temperature? When I grab my temperature, I know we shot this on a sidewall, a white sidewall. So I'm gonna click on that, just to make sure. Look how easy that is. Look how I made that white. And then what I want to do is make this a little brighter. And then again, I'm going to get a little contrast on her face, her hair. There's also this tool, the skin color indicator. And as you can see, it gives you what the ideal skin should be at. Now she's got some makeup on her face, so this is not gonna be perfect, but I can still grab. I can come over here to the let me come to the, I can come over here to the RGB curves and click on her face. So I can see that her face is a little bit, it's got a little too much green. So I can literally click on her face and just drag until I get more towards the yellow, which is about that. And again, her skin is looking nice and natural. I can even, let me go back to the temperature slider. There you go. Again, she has some makeup. It's like a golden kind of makeup, kind of to match the thing she's got on her hair. But look, so far, again, just having the, I can see that I went a little too far on the background. So I'm just going to take this down. There you go. But you see how easy that is. I mean, and having false color here is amazing. Also, I can come back here, again, if I want to apply a lot, I can do the same thing. Let's say I like this right here. I can apply, and then again, I'm gonna just take down a little bit of the color, not filling all the color. I think I like the contrast in the mix. I think that sounds looks about right to me. So right there, let me go back to the base and just show you what we started with, and look at what we have literally in a single minute. And then what I can do is I can apply the same effect. Let's say I have another shot from that same scene, which I do. So I'm gonna copy that same effect, and then I'm gonna come back to, I could have done that also in CineDream, but I'm gonna come back to CineDream, and then I'm gonna go over here, which is again, if you're matching shots, this is incredible. All I do is I'll pick a color, I'll say this, I'll click however many shots I want to group, I'll say apply, I'll apply to the active shots, and then I can come right here to match shots, and now I can actually work on the two shots at the same time while I'm looking at them. So now I got the scopes right here, which tells me of any discrepancy, between the two shots. I can see that this shot right here feels like it's a little, it's got the little, let me work on the temperature on this shot. Okay, so right there I can see that's matching up pretty good. I'm gonna go back here, and I think that this shot needs to go up. Nope, that's too much. So about right there. I'm gonna apply. So, and you can select, if you have 40 shots, you literally just pick one of the colors, choose all the shots, and then when you apply the selection to, let's say you make a change to one of the shots, you can choose and pick if you want to apply it to just that shot or all the shots in the group, which really speeds up the workflow, which again, that's what's really what's all about. Um, Again, I'm going to come back to the final shots, and I'm going to apply some film density, especially for this scene. I think this is going to be nice. I'm going to dial it down just a little bit. I'm going to do the same for highlightation. And I'm just going to take it down a bit. But again, the easy, if you want to add some film grain, you can also do that. I'm not going to do it to this shot, but you can if you want to. All right, now I'm going to come back to this shot. Like I said before, this was shot on the FX3. So again, as soon as I get here, I'm going to look for the color profile. I know this was S-Log 3. And right there, I can see that's a little strong. I'm going to do white balance, and then I'm going to look and see which one of these. I think I like this one here, number 3. I am going to dial down some of the. Yeah, I'm going to take this down a bit. But already, just there, it's looking fantastic. Again, I'm going to look at the false color. And I could see that she could use a little bit more on the face. So I think right there I'm already getting a fantastic shot. I may let me go back to the temperature. I like this, the natural look on the skin tone anyway. And speaking of which, I can see that her skin is a little bit too red. So I'm going to literally click on it. Go towards yellow. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, actually looks pretty good. Again, I want to add a little bit of saturation on that green. Get a little bit of saturation on the green, and then I'm going to add a little contrast around her skin right there, and then also down here, and then again I'm going to go up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I mean, right there, a shot like that, the only thing I might do here is I'm going to go back to the, and I might do a little bloom. And let's see, yeah, I'll add a little highlightation. But again, a couple clicks and I'm done. I mean, really, seriously. This is the way that you save time. This looks amazing. It just looks so much better. And it literally took me, let me see this. Let me play this at full screen.
Thank you. Nora, we knew, but then
it literally took me a minute to get to that.
Until after we had picked it.
Which is really one of the best things about CineDream is the ability to save you so much time. I'll put the link below for CineDream in case anybody wants to try it. Again, I highly recommend it. It's a huge time saver. The click and grade feature is genius. It's just out of this world. And even for somebody like me, who I'm not a colorist, I don't pretend to be one. I'm not. This is not my thing. It's not my ministry. And I can do it, and you saw I can do it fairly fast. So if you watched this far, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.